looking at the bright side up with your chinny chin chin. Chin up, put a little laughter in your eyes. Brave it, save it, even though you're feeling otherwise. Rise up, wise up, let a little small begin. You'll be happy-hearted once you get it started. Up with your chinny chin chin. Now come on everybody, chins up. I said chins there. Yes, I can see you've got a problem. Yes, I know that. Yes, double trouble. Yes. Oh, it wasn't being sarcastic. How can I be sarcastic with the chin I've got? Look at it. 2.5 hundredweight to skin and bone. I'm not the president of the Pelican Club for nothing, you know. So look, if I can lift this, you can lift yours too. All right then? Stick it in the air and wave it about. Oh, chin up, chin up. Everybody loves a happy face. Wear it, share it. It will brighten up the darkest place. Twinkle, sparkle, let a little sunshine in. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up with a chinny chin chin. Chin down, I'll get you clowning. Turn round, starting clowning. Think, sad your trouble, double think. Glad they burst like bubbles. Chin up, chin up. Every little time your spirits will chin up, chin up. Keep your attitude and upward tilt. Twinkle, sparkle, let a little fun begin. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up with a chinny chin chin. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up, keep your chinny chin up.
Oh, some bloody good advice there from the Bruce Meister. Right, who's starting?
Well, you can start.
Ah, thank you. How very kind.
You're the boss.
Am I? Yeah, and I've got your permission
Yeah.
to say so. Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome to an Election Day special. Emma and Boaty. No, that's wrong, isn't it? Thursday Night Live with Emma and Boaty, or something like that. And yes, it is Election Day. There's no getting away from it. We're not going to dwell on the politics, I don't suppose. I will just say that if you've seen or heard the exit polls, then it's going to be a very interesting night. It's going to be an interesting day tomorrow, and some really quite important in inverted commas, people, cabinet ministers and the like, including, if the exit poll is to be believed, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, are going to be signing on tomorrow. Probably not literally, but you know what I mean. They're going to be out of a job. So, a very good evening. Hope you've all had a fabulous day, and you will be spending in the next hour with me and my co-host, the lovely M11, who will now say something.
Good evening, everybody. It's lovely to be back with you. Yeah, there we go. Is that enough?
Well,
I might let them know about the the plan going forward regarding the live streams with me. We've switched things about a bit. So as of next week, the Monday Night Live will no longer be the Monday Night. We are moving the slightly crazier show to Thursdays starting next week for various reasons. It was my idea, and Boaty agreed to it. So
I liked the way that last Monday went. We had a nice, relaxed community time, whereas our ideas for the show, which will be moving to the Thursday, are more. It's more us doing a show and you lot watching. And on Monday night, that extra hour, the earlier start, I just think it's nice when it's a relaxed community affair and we can all just hang out. Thursdays always used to be Mad Thursdays, of course, so it's just going to be going forward. Starting next Thursday, it's going to be the more formatted, tightly packed hour of planned stuff, and we will actually write some things like the Wine O'Clock news and that sort of thing. And yeah, so that's going to be that going forward.
Boaty, can I stop? Can I interrupt you a minute? Yes. We seem to be cutting out quite a lot there.
I thought this might happen.
I just wanted to stop you for have you got a lot of wind up there?
Ridiculous gale force.
Right. Well, we are. I just while you were talking, I lost you quite a lot. It's for other people.
I'm getting it as well. So if we are, they will be. Yeah, you completely disappeared as well. Okay, right. I assume that it's going to be the same for everybody else.
I've just typed into the. Oh, Tracy's in communication here too. Oh, I'm cutting out, but you're.
Well, I'll just.
Thing. That I wonder if it's because there's a lot of people in my house using the internet at present. Could that be the case?
Yeah, very
right.
easily.
I'm going to speak to one of them right now. So if you continue chatting away, I will see if I can get it sorted.
Right. Well, let's see who's with us tonight. And first cab off the rank, as he so often is Jimmy Mighty Quinn, who says good evening, Boaty and Emma and all. Good evening to you, Jimmy. Neil is here, the very, 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 very nice man, who says hello all. How are we tonight? I've had a great day today. It's been dead at work, so I did what I do best, some relaxing with soap. Good for you. Peter P is with us. Good evening to the Emmalumps and the Heffalump and all. I quite like that. The Emmalumps and the Heffalump. Oh, hello, what's going on there? Oh, well, never mind about that. Jimmy at 500 says, and stern schoolmaster voice, right, children, listen up. Just quickly popping in, I have an early start, and I don't want to come back to a mess with sick all over the place. If I do, I'm blaming you, Boaty. No drugs and no girls. Otherwise, you are grounded. Well, that's me told, isn't it? That's me told. The lovely Trisha is here. Hello, Emma, Jason, and all in chat. Matron's here. Good evening, all. Hope everyone's okay. I'm just enjoying having Moulin Rouge. What the hell's Moulin Rouge? Oh, sorry. Pull My Heart From My Chest Again. It's a film, isn't it? One of my favourite films. I'm here for the fun, though. And Matron is a bit tired, but hoping to stay up for the genital erection results. Alan Simpson is here, the lovely Alan Simpson. Good evening, Boaty and chums. Did Mr. Boat go and vote? Yes, I did. I did my well, I was going to say I did my duty, but it's I enjoyed my privilege in this representative democracy in which we live. So yeah, I did go and I did cast my vote, and it was an honest and heartfelt vote that I don't think is going to help very much. Oh, and did the fleet survive the parking voters? Yeah, well, I drove past them tonight, but it was too dark to see. So I'm going to go down and do an inspection tomorrow. Now there was, yeah, that's not off-putting at all. That clickety clack, ping, ping, clickety clack, ping, ping.
It was brief. It was very brief.
Right. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so hopefully they've survived, but apparently it was manic. Now, all day, then the polling station was deserted. It was deserted when I drove past it at about 5 o'clock, and it was deserted. Well, you know, I mean, there were people in it, the poll staff, but it was deserted when I came home. However, there was a message in the Facebook, the village Facebook group, from my next door neighbour but one, who is of course the one who reported my cars to the landlord, and he was saying, oh, it's absolute mayhem, nobody can get to the village hall because all of the cars parked there, cars are double parked, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so apparently there has been, I mean, it's probably exaggerating, but there probably has been some mayhem. I tried to mitigate it, as you've seen, well, as you saw in the Daily Diary video, I did move mine down a bit to create some room, and there's plenty of parking around there. but there's always a chance that somebody will have been a bit annoyed and taken it out on one of the fleets. So they'll get inspected tomorrow, and it's fingers crossed. Stratosphere is with us and says good evening to all of you. Steve Colgis here. Good game, good game. Marvellous. High is it 4? Oh, it's a 3. Unlucky. Bad Books is here. Good evening, all. Andrew Buttygig is here. I was spotted by, of course, a very good evening, Emma and Boaty, and everyone in the chat. Mustard is here, who says hello, watching the television for a change. Yeah. Simone is here. Hello, I'm following the results. I meant to put them up on my iPad. When is the first result supposed to be coming in? It's normally one of the northern constituencies that is first, isn't it? Anybody know what time we can expect it? Let's pull the news live feed up so I can keep one eye on that.
Tracy normally knows that sort of thing. Trace?
Who will win the race to declare the first official result? Ballot counters in northeast England have long been known as the country's quickest. The BBC's Nagaman Chetty is in Blythe, where votes in 4 constituencies are being counted. It took a record 30 seconds for the first ballot box to come in here after the polling stations closed, 8 seconds faster than in 2019. Symbols and lightweight paper, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's just jumped down. No, it doesn't say when it's likely to happen. But, yeah.
People in the comments are saying they're expecting it around 11:30. 11:15-ish. That's what in the comments, 11:15, 11:30.
Right, so we might get a result.
So any minute.
That'll be cool. Where did I get to? Oh, yeah, Simone's following the doings. Andrew Buttigieg says on the news here, the exit polls are saying 410 seats to Labour. Yep, that's what they're saying. And a big old rise for the Lib Dems. A few seats for Reform, and the it's not going to be a good night to be Conservative. Let's just say that. Oh, and the SNP are forecast to be down as well. Boaty is smooth and Emma is sticking, says Peter P. But hopefully that's all sorted. I used to have that when I started streaming, when I had my old internet. I used to get that all the time. I actually had to go round and turn my devices off. Because obviously there's nobody else in the house apart from the ghosts. But I've got multiple devices, all of which were sucking the life out of the internet. And I had to turn them off before every live stream. With my newer internet, touch wood, not so bad.
It's just because I've got an extra person here tonight who was streaming something, and I just told them to turn it off. So hopefully we're fixed now.
Okay, the lovely Sophie is with us and says hi everyone, and most of all, how is the M11?
Oh, thanks, Sophie. And she's also asking how your day's been. I'm okay, Sophie. Thank you. I'm a little bit tired because I had a week of insomnia, which I've now recovered from, and now can't seem to stop sleeping. But otherwise, I'm okay. I hope you're well, Sophie. And yes, Boaty, she's asking how your day's been.
Absolutely fine. Thank you for asking. Food. For lunch, I can't remember. What did I have for lunch?
I had a takeaway curry. I had a takeaway curry today. Yeah.
What did you have? Boona?
Nothing very exciting. A chicken Boaty and mushroom palau rice, and you're going to be really annoyed that I had Peshawari naan.
Outrageous. I remembered what I had. I had tandoori chicken with naan bread and salad with a nice vinaigrette on it. Very nice it was too. And then supper tonight will be staff curry. Right, where did it get to? Has Boaty's candle grown?
It does look enormous tonight, Boaty. It looks massive.
Yeah, not the first time I've heard that. Yeah, well, the camera's there because we're doing the split stream. I'm on a different camera. It's a little bit closer.
It looks enormous.
Well, normally the camera is halfway closer than it normally is. It's normally right at the end of the table. You know, Em, you've seen it. And it's now halfway down the table because we're in a different mode.
And also, the closer things get to the camera, the bigger they look. Like Boaty, when you put your hands forward, your hands look enormous. Yeah, so it's an optical illusion, but it does look very big. Sophie is saying hi to Peter P and Andrew. Simone is saying, Boaty, do you think voting should be mandatory like in Australia?
I think I probably do. Yeah.
Alan Simpson. Oh, sorry.
No, I think I probably do. I do think that I think it should be mandatory, but I think that it shouldn't be as automatic a privilege as it is. I think that some people shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Andrew Buttigieg says normal services have been resumed. Alan Simpson said it's called The Dance of the Crab and the Microwave, an audio classic. Sophie says she feels bad because she didn't vote, but she has her point in her head. She doesn't understand it, and also she doesn't know who is best to vote, and there's no point anyway.
And well, there's always a point, but there we are. Oh, we've got the first result. Says, we've got the first. Sorry to interrupt. We have got the first result. It's Sunderland South, and it's a win for Labour with Bridget Phillipson, the Shadow Education Secretary. So that Sunderland South has declared, and it's a Labour win.
And that's coincided with me about to read out Matron saying that the first results should be coming quite soon. And then people are saying what time the results are due. And Bad Books says Sunderland South results have just been declared. Peter P says, Momo, I'd like to fondle.
Could I just point out that somebody called Elliot has called me a MILF, and that's a male I'd like to fondle. So thank you very much, Elliot. I really appreciate that. Buy me a bottle of wine and you never know your luck. Sorry, carry on.
I wasn't on all comments, so I missed that.
Oh, well, there you are, you see. Oh, low tide at Wine Bay.
Oh, there we go. Yes. And then somebody called Crazy Therian says, what's happening? Well, we're doing a live stream. I hope you enjoy it, Crazy Therian. Elliot says, doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't change anything. Politics is another big distraction. Stratospherian says to Simone, then a citizen is criminal if you advocate a different arrangement of the state. Democracy loses a small shred of legitimacy if it is not the original individual's personal choice.
Tricky chaps, words.
Bad Book says Sunderland South Labour Education Secretary. Matron says I had noodles, mixed veg and soy sauce noodles.
Oh.
Peter P says he had little sausage croissant and chicken salad today. Sausage croissant.
What the hell is a sausage croissant? Well, no, actually, I do remember in France eating a croissant with a sausage inside it, like a French version of Toad in the Hole, but it was a very particular type of sausage. Forgotten about that. It was very nice. And just to follow up on Sunderland South, that is a hold. So Labour have held that seat rather than gained it. There you go, as you were.
Someone, maybe their name is Haylot. It says nice teeth, bro.
Thank you. They're absolutely cracking, aren't they? You should have seen the ones that fell out. They were even better. But don't worry. If you'd like to see them, pop round. I've got them in a little tin.
He hasn't seen them.
Just in case you'd like to see them.
And Peter P. Oh, hang on, we missed somebody. Oh, Matron says that's amazing to Bad Books that Sunderland declared at 10:45 in 2001. And Peter P said, imagine a croissant stuffed with a sausage. 3 for 2 they are as well, apparently.
Well, I am imagining a croissant stuffed with a sausage, you know. What a nice breakfast.
I'm imagining something else. I'm imagining something else stuffed with a sausage.
You know what I'm obsessing over at the moment? And I know this is awful, right? I've got, you know, when you get a complete obsessive compulsion for something, a raving need for it, a craving beyond words.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are you after? What are you needing?
I am after a Ginster's peppercorn beef slice for breakfast.
Oh.
Now, I know that's wrong on so many levels, but I just had a thought, and I thought if I could wave a magic wand and have anything I wanted in life, and if I became really rich, I would have a peppercorn slice Ginster's thing done in the microwave in the packet, so it's all lovely and soggy, and I would have that for breakfast, and I would eat it with a knife and fork and drink my coffee and just think how wonderful the world was.
Well, it sounds very nice, but I bet it costs a little bit.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, obviously in my fantasy, I'm really rich. If I go for it in the here and now, I'll just shoplift it. I meant to shoplift one tonight and I completely forgot.
Wait, so if we see that, if we see on your daily diaries, all of a sudden you've got one of them, we know what you've been up to.
Yeah, totally. I bought some other really good stuff. Yeah, I went mad today. I had some tips and I went into Sainsbury's like money was no object. And I just thought, I'll have this and I'll have that and I'll have the other. And before you know it, I'd spent £8.42.
Wow, you really pushed the boat out today, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll be looking forward to seeing what you concoct with your new ingredients over the next few days. Bad Book says Sudak seat is estimated at 4 a.m. and Starmer seat estimated at 2 a.m.
Okay.
Alan Simpson says, got to be yourself to a 24-hour petrol... Oh, sorry, I can't read tonight. Got to get yourself to a 24-hour petrol station. Then follow it with a biscuit and raisin Yorkie. I don't like biscuit and raisin Yorkie.
No, well, neither would I. And have you got any idea how far away the nearest 24-hour petrol station is from my humble little cottage perched up on the moors in the Peak District National Park?
How much? What it would cost in fuel?
Right, more details on Sunderland South. As we know, Labour's Bridget Phillipson has held the seat, but Reform beat the Tories into second place. So there you go. Reform beat the Tories into second place. Blimey. Oh, it's going to be a bad night to be a Tory. It really is.
Jimmy Mighty Quinn says Wagyu half-pound burger, red fried onions and chips.
Oh,
I love the way I'm cutting in between the election talk with food talk. And Peter P says that sounds very nice, Jimmy.
It does sound very nice. I'm quite jealous.
I've not felt very hungry these last couple of days.
Have you not?
No, I mean, I had a takeaway curry today, but I couldn't really eat much of it at all. I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know, tiredness and things.
What time did you have
I went out yesterday. Oh, 5 o'clock, I think it was.
Oh, an early one.
Yeah, I didn't have much earlier in the day, but I went out yesterday all day, and I didn't have a very good day yesterday, but it was one of those days that left me exhausted. So I think I'm recovering from that. JJ is here and says, this is a really bad advertisement for Britain and our dental hygiene. I apologise on behalf of us Britons. We aren't all like these two, I promise.
Yeah, but he spelled... Right, okay. It's a really bad advertisement. Yeah, Oh, well, welcome, JJ.
Am I?
Jolly nice to have you here with us.
It's talking about my teeth as well. What's wrong with my teeth?
Apparently. I don't know.
But however, this is quite representative of Britain at the moment. You know, it's very hard to get a dentist at the moment. So if there are any complaints about any of our teeth, it's kind of, you know, not all our fault. So Matron says reform in second. Wonder if that's going to be the trend in many places. People are sick of the current state of our political parties and choice. Alan Simpson says, me too, Simone. The raisins make it seem really healthy. I can say I'm eating fruit.
But also,
sorry, off you go.
To be fair, the Conservatives are paying a price for some things that aren't their fault. Rishi Sunak is paying the price for Theresa May and Liz Truss and Boris Johnson. None of those things are his fault. And the Tories are also paying the price for the war in Ukraine and the pandemic, which aren't their fault. And, you know, that's natural. The incumbent party will always pay the price for something or other. And the ultimate proof of that is go back to the Second World War. Dear old Winnie, you know, who played his part in getting us through on the winning side. What was his reward? Well, he was booted out as soon as the war was over. Because if you're a political party and something bad happens, it's your fault. You have to take responsibility for it, even if it's got absolutely nothing to do with you. So Sunak and his cabinet, they were fighting against the tide all the way. I mean, they were never really in with a chance. And that's been proven, I think, by the fact that all Labour's had to do in order to have what's predicted to be a landslide is not make a mistake. I mean, Keir Starmer has barely expressed a strong opinion on anything. They haven't really promised to do all that much. And yet they're on a total landslide because, the Tories are paying the price for the chaos of some of the last years. And to be fair, I don't think you can lay that blame at Sunak's feet. I thought he was a highly competent chancellor. And I think he's been an above average PM. But there you go. C'est la guerre, as our French friends say. That's the war. If you're in politics, that's the way that it goes. And the Conservatives are going to have a pretty torrid time. And it's probably going to get worse before it gets better, because a result like the one that's predicted is probably the most divisive thing that a political party can endure. So there's obviously going to be a leadership battle, and it's probably going to be very unpleasant, and it'll probably take a year for the dust to settle before the Conservatives are in a place where they can start rebuilding. In other news, I do intend to stand as an MP in the future. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
And back to the comments. Peter P wants to know if there's any cheese news from Mustard. And he does say a little further down that he did eat cheese today. So that's a very important bit of information we've just got there. Jimmy F500 said he got the results of his blood pressure 24-hour monitoring today. A little low, but generally okay. Chest x-ray tomorrow. Off now. Don't leave soiled underwear about you lot. We'll try not to, Jimmy, but good luck with that tomorrow. And Jimmy Mighty Queen is agreeing with what Matron said a little way back. Simone says she's still in pain. Oh, Simone. Would you like me to come and give you a massage? JJ said, to be honest, I'll agree that dentists are sparse. Peter P says, good man, Paul, for eating the cheese. And Simone said she had cheese as well today. JJ said, so I'm going to be a right judgmental sod here, but I'm guessing you're Tory?
Who's that aimed at?
Well, I'm not. I don't discuss politics, so we'll be aimed at you.
Oh, right. I'm inclined towards Tory.
Andrew Buttergeek says, have you had anything for the pain, Simone? And Project Nigel says, my teeth are okay, but then I eat a lot of cheese. Major says, I'm glad that many people seem to be able to afford private dental treatment or have the time to go abroad for implants. And that leaves more scarce spaces available in the UK overstuffed NHS dentists. Well, not that many spaces. Bad Book says, Sunak fighting against the tide, unfortunate turn of phrase. Jimmy Quinn says,
I imagine that's a small boat reference.
And Jimmy Quinn says, I think Labour will be shite for the country. Alan Simpson says, what party would you stand for, Boaty? Would it be your own?
Possibly. Possibly.
Jimmy Mighty Quinn says he will vote for you.
Oh, well, that's very kind. I always planned to go into politics. My plan was, I did have a plan, believe it or not. And my plan was that I would be a professional athlete, tick. And then I would be a barrister. And then I would go into politics. And that was always my career plan from being a very, very young child. And it's kind of gone a little bit off course, but, it's never too late, is it?
No. Timon says she took ibuprofen. Peter P said he'll be shite, but he's a nice guy, Jimmy. Bad Book says, Boaty's inclined towards Tory. You were staunch right-wing a few weeks ago.
All right, I admit it. Yes, I'm a Tory.
And Bad Book says, Blythe result coming in. Blythe Labour hold.
Oh, that hasn't come in on my feed.
I've got a message from Matron. No, she hasn't sent anything. Oh, all
right.
Well, he's got it. He's heard it first. Bad Book's heard it first. He says, Blythe deform second again.
Oh, that's Reform UK, presumably. Ironically,
and Tracy's thanking him.
Last night we had a table of 4 Reform UK. Either, I'm not sure if one was a candidate and the others were what do you call them? The people who canvass and all of that sort of thing. They've been going around the town centre holding up posters and whatnot and handing out this, that, and the other. And they actually came into the restaurant last night, 4 of them, and sat and had a meal and had a drink, and they were a bit vocal. And yeah, they were Reform UK people. They were either either supporters, or one of them was a candidate and the other 3 were supporters. And I'm not a judgmental person at all, except that I really am. And they were, to a man, fat, arrogant, loud-mouthed arseholes. But that might not be representative of the party as a whole. And, I thank them for their custom. Thank you very much. And they drank a lot as well, which was very nice because we make really good profits on the drink. So if you're watching, thank you.
Bad Books is telling you that...
Do come back. Do come back.
Bad Books is letting us know that the word you were looking for was campaigners.
That's the chap. That's the fellow. Oh, right, I'm getting it now, yeah. Labour holds Blythe and Ashington. Ian Lavery. Okay. Right, well, there you are. So that's 2 Labour holds in the first 2.
Peter P is suggesting that you would be both starred the New Statesman.
I used to love the New Statesman. Alan Bastard.
And Andrew Buttigieg says, they must have thought that you were Farage.
Oh, yeah, well, could be that. I'd like to meet Nigel Farage.
Just look in the mirror.
The weird thing is that I despise virtually everything that Nigel Farage stands for. And yet, I know damn well that if we met up and had an evening drinking and hanging out together, I'd really like him. Same with Boris Johnson. I despise everything about him, but I know I'd really like him in person.
Neil Gibbons also
Maybe that's the kind of person that I am. You know, everybody despises what I do and what I stand for and any opinion that I hold, but they can't help liking me a bit because, I don't know, they feel sorry for me or something. Or I'm half reasonable company if you've got nothing better. And I stay up late so that, you know, when you've got no other options, everybody decent has gone to bed, you can still talk to me. I'm like the last chance saloon. I'm like the really ugly prostitute that when somebody goes into the brothel and the receptionist says, sorry, sir, all the other 244 girls are busy, but we have got Big Bertha over there. And the poor son looks at it, oh, fuck you now. Yeah, go on then. What the hell? Needs must. That's what I am. I am the brothel Big Bertha.
Neil Gibbons, also known as the Gibbon Hater, says if you met Nigel, you would end up planting one on his chin.
I bet you I'd really like him. I bet you I would. I'd like to think that I'd end up chinning him, but I bet I wouldn't. I bet I'd really like the guy.
And Bad Book says Rick Mel would be having a ball with that character these days.
Oh, God, wouldn't he? He went too soon, didn't he?
Peter P says, it went too soon. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Kind of from the same place as me. Not from where I was born, but he's from where I was brought up. And his very first television thing was set in what became my hometown. The Kevin Turvey, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah. Peter P says, give him a chin up, Neil. Andrew Butsky says, if Boaty and Farage met up, they would self-cancel each other.
No.
Bad Book says, apparently Farage is a wanker in person. Well,
really?
You'd get on really well then.
Exactly.
And Neil says,
I've told you the story, haven't I? My business partner and best friend Mel, when she met her chap, the chap that is now her husband, and he then met me, and she met his best friend, then they were on a mission that his best friend and I had to meet each other because they were both convinced that we were like twins parted at birth. And this went on for ages and ages, and we eventually met each other. And then we both reported back afterwards, this is God's honest truth. And we both, you know, they said, so what did you think of Matt or Boaty? And we both said the same thing. I'm nothing like him. He's an absolute wanker. So there you go.
And Neil says he's a miserable prick. Makes out like he's a lad's lad, but he wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Presumably talking about Farage and not Boaty.
Yeah, I'd piss on any of you. Even if you weren't on fire, I would still piss on you. That's how much I love you, darlings, and value you as members of our fine community.
That's one of the perks of membership, isn't it?
Yeah. Tier 2, you can get pissed on.
Peter P says, Bad Book, someone should call him and say that. Andrew Buttigieg said, the people's poet is sadly missed, and
Indeed.
People are missing him.
Indeed.
Jimmy Mighty Quinn said, the only Labour leader I would have voted for is John Smith.
Well, I will respond to that if I may interrupt you, my dear M11 and the MLMs, of course. And it's lovely to spend this time with all three of you. I will admit to having voted Labour once in my life. Other than that, I've been a staunch Tory, but I'm going to admit it, I voted in 2019, whenever it was, 2019, I voted for Jeremy Corbyn. I voted Labour. There, I said it.
Sorry, I didn't expect you to stop talking so quickly, and I started on my scampi fries.
Have you got a new supply?
No, do you know what? This is a bag I opened the other day and I didn't finish it, so they're slightly soft now.
Oh, bloody hell. How can you not finish a bag of scampi fries?
Well, I've got a bag hanging here and I've also got another bag here, so I'm doing quite well at, keeping hold of them. Anyway.
I'm down to my last bag.
Peter P said Rick was lovely. Bad Book said Alan Bastard's on-screen wife is the real Duke of Norfolk's sister. There we go. A bit of trivia for you there. Project Nigel says Labour are going to win. I don't want to tell you who I support, but I didn't vote Labour. Bless them. Barry Scotter says evening all. Barry's here. Evening, Barry. Andrew Buttigieg says Rick, this is the voice of your conscience speaking. You killed Neil, didn't you? And Project Nigel says Jeremy Vile? Jeremy Vine is dancing around the map of the UK now.
I think you got it right first time.
Pity he's not doing it in Lycra.
Oh, God,
Barry's laughing.
What a thought.
We should have done that, Boaty. We should have got a map up on the wall and then I could have stood there with a pointy stick.
Yeah.
Too late now.
I just like the idea that you're standing there with a pointy stick.
I can just stand with a pointy stick anyway. We don't need the map.
Exactly.
And I could even wear Lycra for whoever wanted the Lycra. Project Nigel, mustard. Right. Peter P says updated member perks, cake, tickling, and golden shower. Sophie says I've been so lazy today and had council come and done my kitchen and bathroom. Oh, that's nice though. Had to strip the cupboards and everything everywhere. No nursery tomorrow. As they have to come back and put the cupboard back up. Can't wait. Yeah, it's upheaval, isn't it, Sophie? But actually, in the long run, it's really nice when it's all done. Jamie Mighty Quinn says, fancy voting for that fucking twat. Hi, Nee is here. So, hi, Nee. Hi, Nee. And he or she is asking, when will the tantric edging begin?
The what?
A little bit of tantric edging. Do you fancy a bit, Boaty?
I don't even know what it is. I mean, I know what tantric is. What's edging? Is it like dogging? Seriously?
I'm gonna give you the formal definition of it. Yeah. The formal description is you bring yourself and or your lover to the point of orgasm without coming. You deliberately stop.
All right.
But basically,
Why?
High knee. Yeah, I know why. It seems a bit silly. It's tantric, I suppose. It's exciting, because then maybe it makes you want it more. I don't know.
Well, it depends if you're a man or a woman, doesn't it? I mean, I can understand it for a man, but why for a woman? She can have loads.
Well, my answer to high knee basically is he or she can start their tantric edging whenever they fancy it. Why do they need our permission?
Oh, well, yeah, good point. Good point.
Because if that's what they want, just go ahead and do it, high knee. Let yourself go. Go and have a bit of tantric edging on us.
The thing is, it's a bit awkward with a bloke, isn't it? I mean, if a bloke's on the vinegar strokes, then the only way you've really got of stopping him is, well, and I apologise for this. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. There is a way of stopping him, but you'd need to know exactly where to put it.
So yeah, there we go. I hope that's a good enough answer for you, Heine, and you can go off and tantric edge to your heart's content. Matron says, sounds like the film I'm watching on BBC Two, Moulin Rouge, Project Nigel. They're currently doing the Argentine tango.
I might have a tantric wank before lunch tomorrow.
I wouldn't fancy that, like, because, you know, I find that sometimes if I've tried to stop when I'm getting to that point, then I lose it. It's like it starts happening and then it's like, oh, it's sort of failed, and then I can't get it back for the rest of the session. So no, tantric edging isn't for me, even you know, in DIY form.
Okay, but if you don't edge and you just plow, can you then plow again, or is it like a one-hit wonder?
Repeatedly. No, repeatedly.
Oh, well, so why would you do the edge bit then?
Because the first. Oh right. Well, I was going to say the reason I wouldn't like the edging thing is because the first one is always like the best one. So, you know, I don't want to spoil the best one, even if I could go again and again.
Is it like a coffee, where that first sip of your coffee?
It really hit, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's like if you bugger up the first one, then the rest of them aren't as good. So, but I don't know. It's just not for me, tantric edging. So thanks for the topic, though, Heine, interrupting the election special with a semi-erection special.
Yeah, I never knew edging was a thing. Who knew?
Well, you've learnt. So next time you have a bit of wonking on your own, you can
you know,
try a bit of that.
I reckon it's an excuse from people who are just not very good at it, and you know. They're at it. They're there. They're yodeling in the valley, or they're ploughing the furrow, or they're doing whatever they're doing, and their partner's saying, "Yeah, oh yeah, that's it," and then suddenly they start doing it less well, and they say, "Well, what you doing? What you doing? I nearly arrived. The train was nearly in the station, and now the train's gone back to bloody Colchester. What are you playing at?" And that person, and let's face it, it's going to be a man, isn't it? They're not going to say, yeah, sorry, I got carried away and fucked it up and started doing it right. They said, no, actually, I'm doing a really cool thing. It's called tantric edging. Yeah, oh yeah, it's a real thing. Don't worry, you can Google it in 3 years when Google is invented. And yeah, it's not just me doing it badly or getting out of breath or anything like that. No, I'm doing it totally on purpose. I'm bringing you almost to the point of ecstasy, and then I'm stopping. I'm having a marmalade sandwich and half a cigarette, and then when I get back to it and remember how to do it properly, trust me, it's going to be even better. I bet you that's what's going on.
Do you know what though?
It's all bollocks. All of these sexual things, it's all crap. It's all absolute bollocks, piffle, and arsewipe. Absolute flim flam and piffle waffle.
It sounds like something's touched a nerve with you, Boaty.
all of these bloody perverted practices, they're all just invented by people who either couldn't get a fucking a brothel, or are just, if they do get one, they're really bad at it, and they have to invent things to make it okay. Or they're just outright perverts who want to make out that, you know, dressing up as a schoolboy and being thrashed by a woman wearing leather is an acceptable thing, and it's not. You're a pervert. If you're a man, be a man. If you're a woman, be a woman, and crack on with it in the Welsh style. It's no accident that none of this nonsense goes on in Wales, because in Wales, yeah, don't go there. In Wales, men are men and women are women, and they know what's what. Now then,
well, that
you never
sounds
heard
like
a man down a Welsh mine saying, "Oh, hello, Di. How was last night after chapel? Well, I went to the pub, had a few pints, had it, a couple of pints of old phlegm, lovely beer, and then I got fish and chips from the chippy and went home. I did. What did you do? Oh, well, it was great, it was. I dressed up in a school uniform I bought from pervertsrus.com. Oh, and I got the wife to thrash me with a bamboo cane that I'd been planning to use for the run of beans in the garden, up at the top left. Never happened. Not in a Welsh mine. Absolute, yeah. Don't get me started.
I think that you should actually be thankful for High Knee for bringing this to your attention, Boaty, because now, you're always saying, like, it gets boring after a while, sex. You do it for 15, 20 minutes, you've had enough, right? Now you've got the perfect
I said a couple of
excuse.
hours. I didn't say 15, 20 minutes.
I think you did on a recent video.
I'm still reasonably interested after 15 or 20 minutes.
No, it might have been a lunch video. It's a very recent one. You said 15 or 20 minutes, you've had enough.
Oh, I might have said that for comedy value.
So, okay, well, anyway, don't you think that it's now giving you the perfect excuse to stop whenever you've had enough? When you get tired, you've had enough, you could just stop. And then when the lady says, what are you doing? You can say, tantric edging.
Yeah, but it doesn't work, does it? If you're with a real woman, they just carry on. They don't stand for that.
Well, if you leave the room.
I'm the man who... It doesn't work. I'm the man who survived Chinese Madam. Now, I tried everything with Chinese Madam. I pretended to have a headache. I pretended to be unwell. I pretended to be dead. I pretended to be Christopher Biggins. I tried everything that you could possibly think of, and there was absolutely no escape. And even if you do have a victory, okay, you can go downstairs, put your pants on or not, and leave the house. Now, ideally, put your pants on before you leave the house. I made that mistake. It didn't go well in the village Facebook group. Okay, but it's only a short-term victory, as I learned, because the next thing you know is, your partner or Chinese Madam, whoever it happens to be, thinks, right, I see his game. Well, I'm not having that again. And they start when you're asleep, so you can't bloody escape. And the next thing you know is the next day you're being punished by waking up being mounted by somebody.
Yeah, but she was an exception to the rule.
She wasn't that much of an exception.
Maybe you can't tantric edge with the Chinese, but maybe somebody else you might be able to get away with it and say, tantric edging, I'm off to another room now.
Oh God! What about that bird I had the date with in Sheffield, the sex therapist who rugby tackled me when I tried to escape? Right? Don't get away with it with her, do you? You try and escape, and she literally rugby tackles you.
Maybe you should have tried tantric edging with the Liverpool lass.
Don't go there.
Or maybe you were tantric edging with the bed.
That's what happened.
With the edge of the bed.
I can't believe I fell off.
That's your definition of tantric edging, isn't it? Get them all excited and then fall off the edge of the bed. There we go. That was Boaty's version of tantric edging.
Oh, I shouldn't have tried to deploy the side shuffle and ram. I should have left that as a thing in my
You should have left ram in the restaurant. That was the mistake you made, was bringing ram with you.
No, that's what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to bring him with me, and I'll deploy him as a decoy.
You do the side shuffle and leave the ramming to ram.
Yeah.
Anyway. Project Nigel says, try selling robot parts. Nobody comes when they say they're going to. Oh, poor Nigel. Nobody comes when they say they're going to. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says he's got a fucking sore throat again. Tracy's laughing at mustard. High Knee continues with something. Oh my God, he's edging. Or she, maybe a lady. Between Farage, I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
I don't know. Where are you? Where am I?
High Knee says between Farage.
Okay. Right, yeah. Between Farage, applied Cymru landslide on the cards in my constituency, and you two, I am edging already.
Well, it's good to know we have our purposes.
Plaid Cymru is the Welsh National Party.
I just didn't know how to pronounce it.
If I've moved back home when I decide to enter politics, if I've moved back home, I will stand for Plaid Cymru, and I will campaign for an independent Wales. Oh, yes. I'm passionate about that.
I've completely lost where I was, so you may like to continue. Well, I don't know. I've lost that comment completely. The high knee one we just read out. I can't see it now at all.
Oh, no, I've got it. And then Lemem goes on to say, hope everyone voted today. I voted for reform. Jimmy Quinn says, I know how to stop a man on the vinegar strokes. Walk into the bedroom with a shotgun. Yeah, well, that would do it. Sophie says, Neil has just let one off and it bloody stinks. Peter P says, you don't get topics like this on the BBC's election special. Well, no, you certainly don't. Oh, hello. Good evening, caller, and welcome to Thursday Night Live with Emma.
That was a good one.
Clip.
Sophie says, oh my God, need a pip up his ass. Peter P says, did you manage to record it, Sophie? And Sophie said, Jimmy, I tell you, bloody have to put up with it. Matron says, tantric is mind-blowing when done correctly by the correct person. Not talking about edging. I prefer to give that than receive. Thanks for all this information, Trace.
It's all bollocks. Crack on with it in the way that God intended.
Peter P said the sheep are worried. Bad Book says 42 watching and only 21 likes. Hit the like button. Yes, please do. Especially if you're tantric edging. DM is here and says, where men are men and sheep are scared. And Bad Book said, cracking Neil Kinnock impression, Boaty.
Oh,
Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, Boaty, well said. And Project Nigel says, time to hang up the condoms, Boaty. Peter P said, did you try fixing the aerial on the roof?
Oh, a Rod Hull reference. You can't beat that. Congratulations.
Elijah Cameron, I don't know if you know that person, but says, nice to see you both. So presumably you know them?
Who?
Elijah Cameron?
Oh, no, that's a new one, but it's lovely to see you too.
It's lovely to see you too.
Congratulations on being the successful applicant for the post of Emma and Boaty's new best friend.
Yes. I love you, Elijah.
Yeah, I love you too. Come with us. We'll go to McDonald's. We'll have some chicken nuggets to share as a starter.
We will.
And if there's one left over when we've all had an equal number, we're going to let you have it. Oh, yeah.
I hope you're happy with that, Elijah. Congratulations.
How could they not
be? Peter P is liking the fact that you edged yourself off the bed.
I didn't bloody like it. I hurt myself.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was still in a state of arousal and I fell on it.
Give me back me tracksuit bottoms.
God, don't start that again.
What are you doing on the floor? Get off the floor. Fucking hell, I thought it was going to be fun. You promised it'd be fun and laying on the fucking floor. Give me back me tracksuit bottoms.
Okay, can you do the impression of what breakfast was like when we awkwardly met up at the buffet?
Did she say anything? It's just a hi, wasn't it?
Yeah. And some kind of really awkward looks. I was at the table here with my back to the window. She was like over there, and she kept sort of doing that as she was spooning her cornflakes down in a still wearing the tracksuit bottoms, mark you. I mean, I thought she might have dressed up. I hoped she might be like a really impressive businesswoman or something who was just slobbing out in tracksuit bottoms because it was 1 o'clock in the morning at a travel lodge and she wanted to go down for a fag, but no, she wore them to bloody breakfast and ate cornflakes.
Hey, if you're paying the dry cleaning bill on these tracksuit bottoms, Jason.
She didn't remember my name.
Would you like a taste of my cornflakes?
I don't know if she actually knew my name. I certainly can't remember hers. Oh, God.
Thanks for last night. It was fun. I loved every minute of it, especially when you fell on the floor. I haven't laughed so much in ages, Jason. You might want to get a little bit of practice in before next time, though. I don't think as many lasses would love you doing that. Anyway.
I'd like to have lunch. 3, 2, 1.
Matron would like everybody to know that bamboo is dangerous to use for thrashing. It can snap and splinter. I think it's rattan that should be used. So everyone take a tip. Andrew Buttergeek says tantric falling. Project Nigel said, you've been having sex with U2's guitarist?
Can I just point out that Matron is a really, really experienced and knowledgeable pervert. Good evening, caller, and a very warm welcome to Thursday Night Live with Emma and Boaty, the election special.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
It's Mr. Stephen Parry from Port Sunlight in the Whittle, which is, of course, the Leisure Peninsula. I'm very well, sir. How are you? Emma, say hello to Mr. Stephen
Hello,
Parry.
Mr. Parry, sir. How are you? I love it when you call in. You're one of my favourite callers.
So what was it like when Boaty dropped you off with his pants halfway open?
What was the question? What was it like when you dropped me off with your pants half open? It was fantastic.
You must have thought you were up to no good.
Sorry?
You must have thought you were up to no good when the car was rocking.
Oh, at the station.
At the station.
Yeah, my trousers were undone, weren't they? Oh, I've completely forgotten about that.
Yeah, he went to give us a hug and he was like, hang on a minute, the trousers are undone.
Is that on film?
No, you mentioned it on a live stream.
Oh, thank fuck it's not on film.
Well, it might be with the security cameras at the station, but no, I didn't film it. But you mentioned it on one of the live streams recently, one that I wasn't
why were my
on screen.
Undone?
You said because you were rushing, because we had to go, we'd had the lunch, and you had to go to the restaurant. Yeah, and you said you'd literally just thrown the clothes on and got in the car, but then you'd got out to say goodbye and your trousers were undone.
Anyway, I'm well done. Anyway, for your 100 subscribers yesterday.
Mr. Paddy was saying congratulations on your 100 subscribers yesterday.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Parry. Yeah, I'm amazed that many people have subscribed. So thank you to everybody who's subscribed, and thank you for the congratulations, Mr. Parry, sir.
Boaty, yeah, wanker.
Thank you.
Thank you to the wonderful M11. I think you're
Thank you, Mr. Parry, sir.
All right, good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night, sir.
Oh,
I love it when he calls
Central. Oh, shit. Oh, fucking hell. Sunderland Central is a Labour hold. Lewis Atkinson. So that's another hold for Labour. Back to the comments.
So, a bad book said Boaty was getting nosebleeds every time he cocked his leg to mount his bike. Doctor said, Boaty, your cocking days are over.
Yeah.
Simone said, when are you finishing the stream, Boaty?
Soon, very soon. I'm not going to do. we're not going to do a whole night
all night with it.
Election thing. We'll carry on for another 5 or 10 minutes and then leave you all to your own devices. Personally, I'm going to be getting some food. I'd love to stay up all night. I'm tired. It's not going to happen. I'll be asleep by about 1:30. But there you are.
Vampire X Blue Luna Z says, I first thought it was a satanic club because of my weird live shorts and the candle.
Oh.
My weird live shorts. What's that? Sounds interesting.
They've got weird shorts, and they're alive.
They're alive
with Satanism. God,
we're drawing.
Imagine having satanic shorts. Dear, oh dear. That would be like the opposite of my sex pants, wouldn't it?
I was literally just thinking that. Yeah. What colour are your weird live shorts, Vampire X Blue Luna Z? And Barry Scott said, I've just realised something. If Boaty had been a politician, he would have been on Spitting Image. That would have been interesting. A Spitting Image dummy of you would be interesting. I'd like to see that.
Oh, God, it would be horrendous, wouldn't it?
Matron says, it's fucking freezing out here. And Barry Scott said, Trace, I was surprised how cold it was yesterday morning going home. Peter P says, so there's a lady out there who thinks Farage fell off her. Peachy61 says, Emma sounds like Aveline off bread. That's who I base it on.
You do, and it's a really good impression.
That's exactly who I base it on. Go and see me, ma'am. With me, ma'am.
I'm a model.
I'm a model, Jerry. I'm going to see ma'am. Yeah, that is exactly who I base it on.
There were two of them, weren't there? They swapped about halfway through or something.
Didn't one die? I think one died.
Oh, bloody hell.
The first one, I think, died. I might be wrong, but I thought she died and that's why she had to be replaced.
Gilly something. Was she the first one or the second one? I'm sure it was Gilly or Gilly.
I'm Googling it. Aveline bread. Yeah, Gilly Coleman died. Bread. Well, Gilly Coleman died in age 54 in 2010, but that wouldn't have been. Oh, all right. Maybe she didn't leave because she died. She might have just died more recently.
I got a name right. I knew it was Gilly.
Yeah. Well done. You got it right. Matrons. Jerry, Billy. Oh, Mom. Matron said
it wasn't it?
It was. I liked it. Yeah, I used to want to, when I was young. I used to wish I was from Liverpool because I loved the accent. Matron says, "Experienced pervert. I aim to please. I have a good aim." Wiggled eyebrows. Jimmy Writer Quinn said, "She must have been dog rough, Boaty." Was she dog rough, Boaty?
Yeah.
I like the way that you're very selective with your women.
It was, look, right. I'm on my own. I'm in North Wales and I'm staying in a Travelodge, right? It's not, you've got less choice than you had at the breakfast buffet. Oh, it's Simone. Hello, my lovely.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. A competitor for a squeak of the week there.
Project Nigel says Labour 3-0. Matron said, where did reform come in that third return?
Good question. No details on that on my feed as yet.
Barry Scrotter says Boaty leaving his flies down. Something subconscious going on there. And Matron said, too much alcohol the night before, I suspect. No, literally, because we were rushing from Land Rover lunch. I think we came in, quickly got changed and didn't have time to do anything up. Didn't realise till we got to the station. Andrew Buttergeek says, everyone looks sexy with the amount of vodka Boaty put away. Jimmy?
Was I on the vodka that night? Oh, yeah, I might have been. Oh, well, that would explain it. Look, I take no responsibility for anything that I do after vodka has joined the party. That's why I stopped drinking it.
Well, because of her.
because
of falling off her.
Well, a combination. You don't want to be falling off a woman, and there are certain women that you wouldn't want to fall off. And the problem with vodka is it can bring those two things together.
Barry Scotter says, Trace, more than likely we've all seen his posh drink stand in the parlour. Jimmy Mighty Queen says, I never have, Andrew. With reference to everything. I've seen your drink stand, yes.
And did I touch it on that night?
No, I didn't see him touch his drink stand at all, no.
No, went nowhere near it.
So I was safe. Unfortunately. Socially Awkward is here and says, happy 12 p.m. It was actually 12 a.m. unless you're wishing us a happy 12 p.m. for tomorrow, in which case, thank you, Socially Awkward. What's happening at 12 p.m.? I would like to know.
Can I just point out that according to my feed, the Tory implosion has already begun and everybody has started absolutely becoming vitriolic towards Sunak and his inner scrotum, including the Senate Tory leader and various other people. They're all coming out to the media, to the journalists, and they're all just piling in. So expect the resignation speech sooner rather than later.
Gosh. Matron says, live Bermuda shorts pre-owned by the devil himself. And Socially Awkward would like to know, what's Satanism?
Well, it's worshipping the Lord Satan, isn't it? The devil.
With a nice big red candle, apparently.
Yeah.
Jimmy Mighty Queen would like to know from Andrew how his mum is, and he's replied, at the moment she's okay, but has days when she's not the best, Jimmy.
Oh, bless you. We are all thinking of you, mate.
Yeah, we are, Andrew. It's tough times, but you're doing really well. Vampire X Blue Luna Z says, well, all my shorts are weird. Haha. You guys seem very cool. Have a nice and a wonderful day. Thank you very much, Vampire X Blue Luna Z. And Peter P says, duck. And Mr. Stephen Parry from Port Sunlight in the Wirral.
The Leisure Peninsula. Oh.
That's a little whimper. Says, I'm very well, thank you. I've been out with my mother and my nephew and my niece. I think it says niece. Little man said he had the best day ever. He's only 5. Thank you for tonight. You're welcome. DM said, Emma, did Mr. Boaty father like that when you were there? Fart. I believe you said fart. I don't think he fathered anything while I was there, but he did. He farted all over the place. But as you really did, Boaty.
Oh,
you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I could give you examples. You farted on the pier for a start. You farted loads of times while I was using the bathroom in the morning. I thought that you were trying to hint, could I hurry up? During the live stream.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Right. On 2 counts. 1, if you're in the bathroom, it doesn't count because you're not supposed to hear it. And 2,
it's loud enough. You got all the doors open.
The bathroom door wasn't open.
Yeah, but all the other doors were. The sound travelled.
How did I not hear you? You kind of stayed in the bathroom for that length of time and not farted.
Well, I'm a lady. I do them silently, gently.
Yeah, I've not quite learned the art of that.
You're not lady, so it doesn't matter.
Hang on. To be fair to me, right, when I'm asleep or dozing, I'm not taking responsibility for those.
No, but you were awake because you said you were laying there for ages needing a wee, so you must have been awake to have known that you were needing a wee.
No, I was dozing in and out. I'm waking up thinking, God, I really need a wee. And I'm looking and the bathroom door's still shut. So I'm going back to sleep. And then I'm waking up and thinking, right, now I really need a wee. Bathroom door still shut. And then I think the third or fourth time I woke up and thought, well, now I really need a wee. I'm going to go and piss in the garden.
Yeah, but it's not isolated to that time, right? You farted throughout the live streams. There's evidence of that. You farted so many times. So what was the question? Did he fart like that when I was there? Yes, he did. But as I pointed out on a live stream previously, never a smell. Never a smell. This man does not produce any smell. They're loud, but not, they're loud and proud, but not violent. They're completely scent free. And I don't know how he manages that with all the curry. So there must be onion and garlic going there. There's wine, there's coffee, all sorts of stuff. Why are there no smells coming? Because Boaty, you said you've got a terrible sense of smell, but I think it's just because your farts don't actually smell of anything that you think that your sense of smell is bad.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
So I'm glad. Thank you for the question, DM, and I hope that I've covered it thoroughly. Yes, he farted all over the show. Socially Awkward said, I'm a child, help me learn. Okay, well, that's not my job. Go to school. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, Boaty saying any hole is a goal. He's obviously liking that. And yeah, Dee's clearing up, she meant fart, not father. And Peter P says, Socially Awkward, you need a Boaty's bedtime story then. Simone says, right, I'm off. Night all, and people are saying good night to her. Socially Awkward says, good night, Simone.
Everybody starts saying good night.
Start saying your good night.
Yeah, we're getting to that time, aren't we? Isn't we?
But we is, indeed. Socially Awkward said, sorry, happy 12 a.m. I'm still struggling with time. Bad Book says, Tracy, Reform came second again in Sunderland Central. I burped at the same time as you, but mine was quiet. That was interesting.
Oh, we're so in sync.
We are. It's amazing. Yeah. I'll be farting at the same time as you next.
Oh, God.
Well, mine are silent, so I could just claim that they're happening at the same time and no one would know, would they?
How do you do that?
Well, you just don't push it out, strong with a lot of force. You just gently let it slide out.
I've never pushed mine out. I've always tried to let them slide out.
Well, my buttocks obviously don't go like the clappers when there's wind passing through them.
I think
I'm a lady.
I think what the problem is, I've got a really forceful anus because although I went to public school, and if you're not in the UK, public school means a fee-paying school. And in our public schools, we have a tradition that the boy children are buggered by the other boy children or the masters. But amazingly, throughout my experience in the British public school system, I was never buggered once. So I've got a very vigorous anus. And I think that's the reason that my trumps are, somewhat well expressed. So, Emma, you say yours are silent.
So what does that say about me?
Well, I think we're all wondering if you've taken it up the old Marmite motorway once or twice.
I'm not going to answer that question. Thank you very much, Boaty. And Matron says, interesting time.
Oh, God.
Goodness me. Thank you for saving me.
We try to say good night and everybody calls in. Good evening.
Good evening, Boaty. Sophie, I need some help. I've got gaspy Neil farting his arse off here.
Oh, well, Emma, over to you. How do you deal with a farting heffalump?
Okay, I'll tell you what you do. Is he asleep or awake?
He's awake. He's
awake
now.
Well, I tell you what you do is you wait till he's asleep and then you put some chocolate buttons just by his bottom hole. And then when he wakes up, you say, when you were asleep, last night and farting so much you actually shit yourself, and then he'll have a look and he'll be like, oh my god, I did. That's what you do.
I haven't got no buttons, so what would you do if you haven't got any fucking buttons?
Buy some for the next
brown
time.
Sauce. Brown sauce.
I like you thinking I've got some brown sauce.
That's such a good idea. That's such a good idea.
That somebody told me that they did that once to their girlfriend.
I had some from when we went to London now. London now then.
Well done, Neil. Well done. Well done, that man. We're going to go there. We're all going to go there. I'm going to take you all to Llandudno.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I really enjoyed myself.
And the M11's coming as well. The M11 and I, we will be your hosts, and we will take you to Llandudno for a proper night out, and we'll stay overnight and everything.
Oh, that sounds fun. I'm liking the sound of this.
I'm going to make it happen.
I just thought to call to let you know that I needed some guidance and some help, because I'll be end up in the bloody bed of the beach tonight. I can see it coming.
Elbow him in the balls.
Okay.
Hello.
You could torture him.
Love you both.
Right, let's go. Let's let them go, because it's too late now.
Love you lots, like jelly tots.
Love you lots, like jelly tots.
Bye, Sarah and Neil.
Love you both.
Bye. I think she should. I think she should torture him by getting a really, really bright lamp and shining it into his eyes and not letting him know where the on and off switch is.
Yeah, that would do it. Oh, that is hilarious.
I didn't make an instruction video, so yeah, I'll do it next time, or you could film it for him. But I think, yeah, everybody needs to know how easy it was to turn this lamp off.
They're up on the 22nd. I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to take the live stream up to the guest cupboard.
Yeah, and ask Neil to do it. Ask Neil to switch it off. Bad Book says Mog blaming getting rid of Bodger.
Oh,
Project
yeah,
Nigel says. Project Nigel says, righto, I need an explosive poo. Good on you, Nigel.
I can't imagine having a poo at this time of night. Poos are morning things.
No, I have issues. So, you know, when you need to go, you need to go. So I know what it feels like to go at this time of night.
No, my lifestyle wouldn't support poos after midday. I
did manage not to need to do it when I was at yours, actually. I was very restrained with my pooing schedule, actually. The morning one happened, and then that was it. So you were very lucky, actually.
Well, to be fair, you must have got in a good week's worth, the amount of time you were in that bathroom.
No, that is nothing compared to sometimes. Sorry, but
oh, really?
I have issues, you know. So but I find when I go away or when I'm with company, it's something in me. Tracy's the same. She'll tell you. Something in me. It's like it doesn't let me go.
Oh,
very
STS,
much.
Strange toilet syndrome. I've got it.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I would go to my grandparents and I would go for a week without having a poo because I can't poo on a different toilet, and it's been a thing throughout my life. Now I'm better now. I couldn't poo in a hotel room, but now I can. But I couldn't poo in somebody else's house. Fair play to you for, dropping anchor at my place.
Well, I was trying to do it when you were asleep.
Well, you largely succeeded. I was dozing. There's no way I could do it in somebody else's house. Absolutely no way. I would just bake it for days.
It's awful when you stay in like a Travelodge with somebody, and you know the way that the bathroom in a Travelodge literally is in the room. So there's no lock on the door.
Oh, I couldn't do it. That would be. Oh God, that would be awful.
There's not even a lock on the door, and you're like in there, and you're saying to the other person, "Can you put the telly on? Could you put it on louder?" And then there's no windows in there either to open. At least at your place, I flung the window open really wide. I had my VI poo spray. I used the toilet brush. I put bleach down. I got it all nice and fresh and clean, so you wouldn't have known I'd ever done anything. And you said it was the cleanest your toilet had ever been.
It is. But I'm quite curious as to what state it was in before you deployed the brush and the bleach
No,
and the
not
spray.
much. But I don't like to leave any kind of evidence because I don't know. It's embarrassing. I'm a lady, and I don't want people knowing that I do smelly things sometimes.
All right, fair enough. Right, can we bugger up? I want to get something to eat.
Yeah, I'll try and get through these comments. I'm just looking at my little lemons rolling about a bit on the screen here. Matron says Sunak doesn't give a crap about the backlash. He's fought this to lose so he can retire somewhere outside of the UK. Andrew Buttergeek says it must be all that cheese mustard. Barry Scotty says don't break the toilet. Peter P says Boaty farted so hard that he had a fall in the kitchen. Yeah, you did on the live stream. They know, they were watching, you see.
Hold on, can I just say that Labour has gained Swindon South from the Conservatives? So that's former Justice Secretary Robert Buckland has lost to Labour's Heidi Alexander. And he is the first Conservative to lose his seat tonight. And Labour have held Washington and Gateshead South. That is your election update.
We have somebody called Jay in the chat says you need a set of teeth. That's what you need. His mouth does. So Jay, if you like, Matron can provide you with those PayPal address, and you can send the funds so that Boaty can fulfill your wish.
Because he's right. I do need some teeth.
Yeah. So if they want to send the money by PayPal, that'd be lovely of them, wouldn't it?
I'd be very grateful.
Thank you, Jay, for that.
The address is in the description, and if you no, I can't say that, but yeah, oh god, it'd be so useful.
So thank you for your generosity.
Yeah, I'm 19. Oh, they're persistent. I ignored the last one. Good evening.
Greetings. Good night there, and good night, Carolina life. You know what I mean,
I do. Good night, my dear chap.
Bad Book says Tracy, if he gets in, Clacton will never hear the end of it.
Oh God, please God, don't let Farage get in. Don't let him get in.
Barry Scotty says some say Boaty has no DNA either. DM says my English ex had the same farting MO as Boaty. What does that mean? No smell or
MO
farting everywhere?
MO is Latin. It's modus operandi. So it means method of operating.
Oh, right, yeah. Pardon me if you heard that burp, sorry. Like I said, farting all over the place. I have to say, Boaty, when I first started watching you, I never saw you fart at all. And then I think you noticed that Captain Mustard was getting excessive attention for his farts on his live streams. And you've farted like crazy lately. Is this what's happening?
It's just that me and the community, we're now on farting terms.
But like I've only been watching you, as we know, for 8 or 9 weeks now, and yeah, at first you didn't fart, and you used to protest and say you will never hear me fart. You were saying that on the live streams.
I did, but then
and in the last few weeks you've gone crazy with it.
You came along and you started sending me detailed IBS pooing techniques and how to sit and how to do this and how to do that. And you kind of monopolized the live streams with tales of your bowels. And I thought, well, you know, if you can't beat them, join them.
I think you got jealous of all the attention Mustard got for his farts. You know, Squeak of the Week was invented because of Captain Mustard. And I think you were jealous of all the awards that he was winning. And you thought, I want a piece of farting action. And we can't stop you now. And I was watching one of our live streams from when I was up there. There's one where you farted so much, that you fell over. You can see yourself on the side of the screen. You fart, then you fall over.
I did not.
You did. I'll get it clipped so you can see it. You lean forward to fart, you fart, then you fall over. And you can see yourself on the edge. You do? I'm going to clip it for you. And there's also the classic one where you farted in the kitchen and you went, oh! And you lifted so far off the floor with it. So that was quite amusing as well. So, in fact, from those 2 live streams when I was there, we could probably do a whole best bits just of your farts. So
wait until we go wild camping, my lovely.
Oh, I want to do that.
So do I. I'm so excited.
I'm going to be looking after you all because I'll be the sober one. So I'll be looking out for anyone coming to molest anybody in their sleep or any wild boars or anything.
What? You will be the one going to molest people in their sleep. You and your sister.
Well,
with
they play the cards right.
Cane. And
she'll
leather
be
underwear.
Stripping the trees.
Yeah. No, we need to do that. It'll be amazing. We need to do that. Let's do it in August.
Yeah, I need to do any kind of thing like that before September because little Lemon is starting school in September, so I won't be able to gallivant off on Mondays.
Right, there we are then.
So I would really like any of these. Obviously, in school holidays, that's okay. But any of these meet-up-y things that we're talking about, I would like to do them. So, yeah, prior to September, please, if possible. But, yeah, it sounds absolutely fun. So I'm up for it. I'm up for anything. And we film everything. So.
Oh, totally.
Right, Matron is also saying to Jay how kind of him to offer, or her, it might be a lady. I apologise. I keep on saying him when I don't know, and that's not right of me. But yeah, Tracy says send donations to his PayPal address, and don't forget to fund some grammar lessons too for yourself. DM says maybe it's an English thing. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says bye all, and D sending a heart and a British flag. Peter P says nighty night all, splendid evening this. Bad Book says good night. Barry Scotter says good night. Andrew Buttergeek says night night. And Jimmy Quinn says fuck the grammar lessons, Tracy. I still done well. It's true though. You can still go far without perfect English. Matron says, you did and do, Jimmy Mighty Quinn, and you aren't trolling the host right now, so no shade on you. Barry Scotter says, "No, Emma." Is he saying naughty Emma, or is he saying good night? Either way.
No, I'm not looking.
Thanks.
I'm looking at it.
Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, "That's a yes, Boaty." I'm not quite sure what that was to. Oh, I think it might have been to the buttock action, the bumhole action, actually. Oh yeah, that's what he's saying. I was naughty. Peter P suggests you use a Toblerone to Sophie, and she hasn't got any chocolate buttons. Andrew Butterkey suggests a Mars bar. Barry Scotter suggests Nutella in the bed trick. Metro says Swindon's gone to Labour, and she says good night to Mustard. Barry Scotter says Peter P, does Neil have a triangle shaped hole? Because Peter P was suggesting the Toblerone. Dennis Coughlin says, are we on the buck fast? Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, Tracy, I'm Cockney and don't give a fuck. Dennis McLaughlin says, Labour wine, fuck the Tories. Peter P says, Barry Scotter, he soon will have with the... Was that another fart I just heard then?
No.
I think it was.
No, totally wasn't. I'm just moving some bags around. I'm preparing for supper. Honestly, it wasn't, I would admit.
Okay, I'll believe you this time. And Bad Book says HP sauce up Neil's arse. Thank God he's awake. Dennis McLaughlin says make Scotland independent. Barry Scotter says I can see West Brom staying Labour, but who knows? Dennis McLaughlin says who isn't? And hang on a second. It's gone a bit. Right. Peter P says ouch. Dennis McLaughlin says fuck the Tories. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says Sophie put chili sauce on his balls. Barry Scotter says Jimmy, oh god, chili sauce on his balls and a Toblerone up his ass. What next? This is sounding quite fun actually. Barry Scotter says I hate having to poo at work. Bad Book says Labour won Swindon South, beat Conservative Robert Buckland. Pardon me. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says a custard pie in the face, Barry. Peter P says that's a proper edging session. And Bad Book says Swindon Cons second and Reform third. Barry Scott has said, God, that was growl of the week. Peter P said that was more than a fart. Peter P said he grew a tail. Butter Geek says Boaty left a chocolate button after that one. Barry Scott says for sure. Bad Book says Boaty has always farted for the United Kingdom. Barry Scott suggests a Malteser. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says when I first watched Boaty, he had all his teeth. Well, probably I did too. Bad Book says marathon on his collar. Peter P said back when the stream was in black and white. Andrew Buttigieg said in black and white at the cinema, Jimmy. PC Ronald McDonald is here and says cleavage. Thank you, darling. I hope you approve. Barry Scrotter says that was back when Boaty did a tap dance routine in his hat and cane. Jimmy Mighty Quinn said it was a silent stream, Peter P. And Barry Scrotter said naughty Emma. And we have reached, oh hang on, we've got one more. Liam Jones is here and he says this is the private eye meets the Beano. I
right,
like that.
Now can I go and get some curry and then just immure myself in the election results? Because the latest is that people are saying that they're confident that Sunak will keep his seat, and people are urging him to stay in place and contest the inevitable leadership contest. That could be interesting. Right, here's my prediction. The next leader of the Conservative Party will be David Cameron. That's my prediction, and that's me finished. I'm going to go and get some curry, and then I'm going to go and sleep and stuff like that. I'll leave the rest to you.
Bit of tantric edging?
Not so much.
Right, well, yes, I'm going to go and get some sleep, much needed sleep, because I haven't had much lately and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, not much sleep either.
Sorry?
Not much sleep either.
Yes, and I'm going to get, yeah. So I'm going to go and get some of all of that. And I hope everybody here has a really peaceful night and enjoys listening to the election or watching the election if that's what they're doing. And I will be back on Monday for not the usual Monday Night Live, a more relaxed, chatty, just like this, really. So I will see you then. But the mad one hasn't gone away. That's next Thursday. But yes, everybody have a lovely night and I will see you soon. And good night from me.
And from me, thank you so much for being here. It's been great fun. Have a safe and peaceful night. Have a great day ahead. And myself and Emma will see you on Monday. I will be back tomorrow, later time, 11:30, Friday Night Live. And much love from us both. Many thanks. We'll see you next time. Pachoo, and indeed.
Bye.
In it.